Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away, and as you can tell by the t-shirt today, I'm going to be doing the next 5 stages of the Fanhome release and build the Michael Bay Optimus Prime.
My name is Optimus Prime.
So that means today we're doing 87 to 91. Can you believe we're at stage 91 already now? I believe we're going to be doing some more of the stand. I have got the leg here standing up, but obviously we've started the other leg as well. Haven't actually looked at this, so I don't actually know what we're doing today. We're going to find that out together. Now, I don't know if this is available. Once again, check the video description there or the QR code on the screen. Let's jump into it though. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So, stage 87, exactly what are we doing today? I have no idea. Okay, we've got the base, so we are doing the other side of the base here, and we're also adding some stuff to the blaster as well. I'm glad we're calling it a blaster. I have got the blaster out. Obviously, we've been building onto this. It's looking like that at the moment. So, yep, building onto that there. Putting these parts of the base in. And we've got these metal supports as well. I wonder when we're going to be using those. That's these that we had recently as well. So at the end, this is how it's looking. Which means stage 87 is the biggest part of this pack here, which is the other side of the base. Now I will get this out, but we're not actually doing the other side of that base to start off with. We're going to be working on the blaster. Let me bring that back over. And the parts I need are in this bag just here. And first thing I need, this section here. By the way, another accident, just so you know. I should have changed the accident board back to 0, but it is what it is. I can't help myself. Okay, we're just going to match these lugs to this section here. So it's just going to be going in here. No glue. You can just push that straight in. Now, this section here, probably best on the top camera, is actually just going to go into this section here. And it's going to be held in with 2 KP screws. So I've got those here and get these in. All that's left to do then is to take this section here, which has got a D-shaped pattern at the end, and that's just going to go over the top. And it's a push in again. We're not going to need to glue that in, so that's on like that. I can put that to one side. And I've got this part of the base, which we worked on last time. It's this part that I need, because where we put this in before, we've got another section just to put in here. And that's in this bag. And quite simply, it's going to mirror what we've done there. So this is just going to go over the top here. But it's going to be tricky because we need to clip it almost there. Almost. There you go. Into there. Like that. We're going to be holding that in with the same screws as well. Now, these are AAP screws, looking like that. These are flange screws. We've got a few of them because you can probably see we've got a load on this side that we're going to be attaching to the other side of this base. So 3 in here. And then take this section and I'm going to be putting this over the top just here. Pushing that down into place. And I need 6 AAP screws to hold all of this in. Now, they do give you more than one bag, as you can see. We've got another bag of them, whoops, just there. So that's the last one going in there. Then we're going to be taking these massive metal sections here. These are quite heavy, so that means there's going to be 2 rolls for this. We're going to be having this basically as weight for the bottom, and we're also going to be having it to reinforce this as well. Now, basically, it's going to be going over these sections here, not these top plimps, these ones here. And it's this way round that we're going to be putting it. So let me just line this up. One's going to go in there. And one's just going to go in here. Now, we don't put AAP in all of these. We only put them in the ends. So it's those same flange screws. But you put 1 in each end. And then just do the same on this one here. And with this last screw going in, that is all there is to do in that stage. In stage 88, here are the magazine. And We are now continuing the left leg. We've got these details here, which we're going to be attaching to this section that we finished up on the last pack doing, adding these in just like that. Doesn't look to be too much because there's no screws in this. We're just going to slot them in. So you know what? I'm going to bundle this with the next stage, and that looks like this. Loads of articles in here. Look at this. In which case we're going to be starting the wheel, which is looking like that there. So let's do these two stages together. And you'll see what I mean in a second when I've opened these, because this section's just going to take really quick. Because what we're doing is we're going to be taking this section here, and we've got a detail just to put into these holes there. Detail looks just like this, and it goes this way round. So clipping that in like that. Then I've got this section, which is just going to go underneath it. And again, it's a pushing. Making sure that's come all the way through like that. Bring over what we were working on. And these two lugs here are going into the two holes there. So 1 and 2, and then push that in. Make sure it's nice and tight in there. Perfect. Put that to one side. Just bring over this section. We've got a detail to put in the middle there. Clip that in. And then this is just going to be going 3 lugs in here into these 3 holes here. So line the top 2 up. And it should line the bottom one up like that. And then just push it in. And there you go. That's all there is to do in that stage. So now you see why I bundled them up, which means opening this tyre up. I can't remember if I need to soak this or not, or if it will go in. We're going to figure that out. I don't think so. It's quite a bendy tyre, so we should be okay. But what I am going to do is create the rim first, which just in case these 2 parts are already together. Putting that over the top here, making sure that they lock in. I'm going to hold them together with 4 of these screws. These are the silver screws that come with this stage. I'm actually calling them IP screws. So get all 4 of these in. Then I'm going to want to push this rim into this tyre. I'm looking. You know what? It's famous last words, isn't it? Yeah, I think I am going to need to put this into some hot water. Let me just... Yeah, it's just going to be a lot easier. I think I'm going to be stressing myself if I don't. 1 second. And here is some hot water. Not going to need to be soaked in there very long at all. It's got a little cloth here. And let me show you the difference in that. Look, I've soaked it for about 10 seconds. That's it. Now you'll see how much give that now has. Look at that. Just makes things a lot easier. And I don't stress. And an unstressed Wayne is a happy Wayne. There you go. That's done. Looking like that. Put that to one side, because now I want to put this section in, just to the 4 holes here. This is just the hub. And push that into place. You heard it clip in there, I think. And then this whole thing is going to be going onto this section, making sure that the grooves are going down the side here. Excellent. That fits flush in there like that, and then that looks like that. That's all there is to do in that stage. So, stage 90. Here's the magazine. Can you believe we're on stage 90? Okay, does anyone know how many stages in this? I've got no idea. Oh, this is a lot more involved. Look at this. There are lots of little bits here. We're actually making a joint by the look of it. So we're going to be putting this together like that. That's how that's going to look. And a lot of these parts here are metal. This is a very heavy pack. So first bit I need is this bit of metal here stamped with an L. I need to put a nut into here. So let's get that open. And the nut is going to go this way around, probably best on the top camera. I'm dropping that into there like that. So you can see how that sits in. I'm going to close that off by putting the top on. This is the top, matches that, metal as well. And then holding that in with NM screws. Got them here. Bit of oil. And get 2 of these in. The next section I need looks like this. This is the upper knee section. Now you see down here. Now, I thought I was missing a part here. Now, I want you to check this bag. See, I've cut the bag open. There's nothing in the bag. Before you think you're missing parts, check underneath this section here, because look, they're the parts I needed, slipped under there. The amount of times I've fallen into that trap. What I need is this upper knee section, and in that bag that I've just found, I need these tiny sections just here, which I'm going to go into these points just here. So one here on that side, and one on the other side. Now, you don't glue these in, these are just sitting in there. So I'm going to need to let gravity do its thing and keep it that way round. Now, what we need to do is have this way round, like that. Probably best on top camera, and put this together. Now, what you want to do is rock this into place. So if you go like that, and then you can rock it. See? What I'm looking to do is lining up those holes underneath this, which looks good just there. Perfect. I'm then going to be taking the large screw, a split washer, or a lock washer, I don't know what you want to call them, and then just a normal washer. And that's going to go through the hole here. And I've got this little spanner here to help tighten this up. You really do have to bang that hard with a hammer just to ensure that it's going all the way through there. Otherwise, you're going to spend a long time trying to get that to go on that nut that we put in right at the start. But as you see, that's in. And I'm just going to tighten this completely up. So that's in place. Put that to one side. I'm bringing over this metal section now. Got a part to put on here, which looks just like this. It's actually going to be going on this way, there, and I'm going to be putting a pin through this side. Pin is in here, so get that in. Make sure it's lined up, and then when you're happy that you've got that in the right place, I'm going to get my little hammer out. That looks good. And just bang that in. And that takes some banging. But there you go. That's in. Put that to one side. And now I'm just bringing over this detail here. And I want to put this attachment just over the top of this section here. I'm just checking which one it is, because one of them is very tight on here. I think it's this one. Perfect. So now that's on like that. It leaves a little tiny hole just at the top there. Once again, I want a spring washer and I want an MP screw. And I'll screw this into place here. And then bringing over this section that we have been working on, this is going to be going onto the point just there. And once again, a HM screw this time with a spring washer. So it's all loaded up. Get that in there. Nice and tight. And that's able to move, as you can see. And that is all there is to do in that stage. We do actually have some parts left over there. So that means the last stage of this pack is stage 91. And we are going to be loads of other bits here as well, adding all of these on to what we've just done there. So at the end, this is how it's looking. So again, get this open, check in. Once again, look, underneath this section here, hidden things. And check out all of this. I've just scattered everything around here. There's loads of stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this section here that we've just been working on and take this pin, which is going to go through here like this. There is notches on either side. So when I push this in, which I'm just going to try and push in, it should fit flat in there because of the notches. Okay, to do the next bit, I've been struggling with this, so I am going to use some glue here. It's going to make my life easier. I'm going to put some glue just inside, not a lot, this section here, just to tap this in and put some of these larger inserts in this way round. So one this side, that's going to go nowhere. I'm going to put one in the other side. Perfect. And then on this section that we've just been working on, I am going to put a bit of glue just in here. Again, not a lot at all. Just enough to stop that going anywhere. And then finally, in this part here, Going to put one just in there. Now that's going to make my life a lot easier for what I'm about to do, because what we are going to do is take this section here. At the bottom, I want to put what we've just created on top of this section here. So it's going to go into the hole here. Just get that in. Perfect. So that's sitting in like that. On the other side of this, I've got this section here. Now this is going to be going over the top of this, but you see these two lugs here? They're going to go into the holes there. So it goes this way round, lining everything up. So then that pushes together like that. Now, I think it's probably going to be best to put some NM screws into this section to hold that into place now, into the two holes you see on the top camera just there. So I've got them here. Now these came in stage 90, just so you know. I'm just going to get these in. So one there and one on this side. Now that's going to stop those parts coming apart now. Then I'm going to take this long screw here, which is an MP screw, put a split washer, a spring washer, whatever you want to call them, and a normal washer in. It's going to be going in, this is going to be difficult, underneath this flap here. So I need to sort of move it out of the way to try and get this in. You might have to just bend it a bit when you just push it in, like that. So that's in there. It should come out the other side, as you can see. That's all good. And then we're going to be putting this section on, which as you see has already got a nut in it. It's going to go this way round on there, but you want to match the notches with the sides there. So this is going to go in like this here. Get that in. And then when we're happy where that is, wow, look at this. I'm holding all this in my hands. Praying that it's not going to fall apart. I'm going to screw this up. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky with this flap in. I really wish we hadn't put this flap in now, actually. You know what? I think it's a silly idea to have that flap in the first place. Let me just take this flap out. Why on earth would they want us to put that in first? Because it just gets into the way. Take that off, and then that way I can tighten this up, as you can see. And then I can put this section here back on and screw that back into place. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? So this still moves, but I can get to that. But there you go. That's looking good. Okay, got some details to put in here now. So first one is going to go just into this hexagonal slot there, which is this section. It's just going to push in just like that. I'm going to use my glue again because I just don't trust myself with these tiny bits now. And what I'm going to do is put some of those tiny bushes now just into here. I don't know what I want to call these things. I'm calling them bushes, washers, fillers. I don't know. So one in that side. And one in the other side here. Then I've got this part, which is going to be going into those sections like that, lined up. Once again, one of the big MP screws, which looks just like this. It's just going to be going down here, and I'm screwing that all the way through. Excellent. So it can move just a little bit, but it is tight. Wow. Okay, put that to one side. Bringing over this section now, going to be adding some stuff to that. First part looks like this, and that's just going to go into the indent there. Again, this can only go in one way, and push that in. It's holding itself fine in there. Then I've got a little lever looking like this. That's going to go into this section here. So that's how that's looking. But we are holding that in with a little pin, which is going in from this side. This is the pin here. I'm going to put this in the edge in a tiny bit of oil just to help me get this all the way in. And then I'm going to use my duckbill pliers. You'll find if you wiggle it while you're doing that, the pin will go straight in like that. Now this one is going to go on that pin just there, like this on the leg. That looks good. And that's held in with a HM screw, which has got a split washer on it, which I've got there. Get that nice and tight. And then put that to one side. I'm going to put the last bits together now, which are all of these, which means I need this plate first, lining everything up. So this one's going to go in here like that. Then I've got this round section, which is going to go on the top of this. And it can only go in one way because the lugs are only going to let you put it in one way. So I'm just lining that up myself. There you go. So that's in like that there. On the sides of this, I've got these tiny things here, and they're going onto the little D-shaped section we've got each side. So one's going here. Push that on like that. One on the other side. Perfect. So that's how that's looking. And then this whole thing is just going to go into this section just here. I want this now to be pointing down. Like that. So that I can get this in to the position just there. And there we go. And with that completed, that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Wow, those two last stages were a little bit challenging, but it looks good. Lots of little moving bits and stuff on it. It's pretty cool how it is. So that was quite involved in the end. Once again, you will have to check if this is in your territory. I've put a link in the video description at the bottom there, and there's that QR code on the screen. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.